Everybody, what's going on, Knuckles fam? Knuckles Courage Bar. Knuckles coming at you with a different type of video, which no, same type of video, but I'm finally back with my Marvel MCU reviews, thoughts. Now, unfortunately, I did not get a chance to do Moon Knight. All my friends and my schedule were just our friends were just our schedule was just conflicting with one another. Like it was very difficult to get people together to talk about it, and like I said, I knew that our streak was gonna end sooner or later, but I feel so we did a good job of what we could do. But I feel so I want to get back to it, even if I'm just discussing it by myself. I still want to show that hey, I wasn't interested in Moon Knight. I just didn't get a chance to. But I would say that Moon Knight for me, I'm just gonna give a little quick thoughts on it because I know this is a Miss Marvel video, but I thought it was okay. I feel so it could have been a little bit darker because I know Moon Knight is a darker hero, and now I mean, you look at Doctor Strange. That movie was dark. You don't have to go. You don't have to go extreme, but like you can go to you can go go to that aspect of Moon Knight. With his darker side, but I feel as though it could have been better. Like I said, I know I'm on Miss Marvel right now, and I've had to go back to my notes of with Moon Knight, but it feels like so the show was okay. It could have been better. Now, my one friend, a buddy of mine, said that Moon Knight was on the screen that much. I mean, he was in the last part of the first episode, second part towards the end, third part the episode a little bit. Four was in the fourth, was in the fifth. It was back in the sixth. So I mean, I don't know. I maybe he did have a good maybe he did have some good screen time. Like I don't know, but part of me is just saying, I feel as though Moon Knight just could have been better. So that's all I'm really about to say. But we're gonna get to the main topic though, and that's Miss Marvel. And I'll say this. It's not asking a lot. It's just me wanting the better character instead of team that gets into the character. Call for okay, okay. I don't know. She did. And, like, no, I'm just reading this back from my friend Rachel. You've seen her on my podcast a couple of times. She just wasn't a fan of the first episode of Miss Marvel. Like, I don't know. That thing that the first to draw it into the main character. Yeah, and it did it. Yeah, and it did a good job of that. I just job at that. That's an every like I said, she did everyday. That's an everyday character right there. So, anyways, let's get into it before I get distracted right now from this. So, Miss Marvel. Now, when the trailer came out, I was a bit nervous. I'm like, I don't know about this show. It's not looking so good, and people were just bashing the hell out of it. Like, it was to the point where I felt as though people wanted this show to fail, and I just didn't get the hate for it. Like, I feel as though the popular thing for this was the hate on this show before the show even came out. Like I don't know. I never found as to why some people were hating on the show. Like, I mean, we can have our own opinion, but like, I feel as though like the hate was just a bit too much of that. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like there's always like how there's always a trend on videos. Everybody wants to be a part of that trend, because it'll give them views and whatnot. I feel as that was part of the trend. I feel as the trend was, let's hit on Miss Marvel so I can just get some views. And I'm saying, like I said, I was nervous for the show, but I wasn't like, you know, to the point where I'm like, yeah, I want this. I'm like to the point where I'm like, yo, I'm gonna hate on this thing. I want this show to fail. It's like I don't know, man. Like the shit was just was wild to me. But I like. Well, first of all, the one thing I did not like about this episode was, well, one of the things I did not like about this episode is that the weekend song "Can't Feel My Face." Where the hell that song's called again? I can't stand that song. That song has annoyed the shit out of me. And I never liked it when it first came out. I never liked it when it first came out. Keep it buck with y'all. I did not like that song when it first came out. And I'm not saying the weekend should change what he's doing because he has to get more recognition now. But like his old shit, I'm like stick. I like Weekend's old shit than his new shit. His old shit, man, like, ooh, man, I get into that, but like, I just, yeah, I mean, I kind of get what that song's being played, but I just can't stand that song. I really can't. But I like to start an episode when you see, Kamal Khan, aka Miss Marvel, just have like doing their podcast talking about the events of Endgame with Miss Marvel coming. I mean, not Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel. Giving Captain Marvel a bit too much credit. Like she did have a cool scene in that, but like you know she wasn't like the main reason why Thanos lost. Like I'm like you completely forgot the part where Iron Man took his gauntlet and sacrificed himself and saved us all. But as you know. Miss Marvel is a Captain Marvel fan. So like that part, they did a good job about that. Like she was fangirling the hell out of that. She pretty much saying she's the strongest Avenger, yada yada yada. Like just like she was like basically saying like, the Avengers ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? About until Captain Marvel came into the picture. But what I do like was that I feel as though this was she was a relatable character in the beginning part of this episode because her doing her driving test, her people be I mean Grant not saying it's cool for this to happen, but I feel so people just making fun of you at school or not acknowledge you like when this girl's at her locker it's like yo can you move she's at her locker then the guy with the basketball almost trying to hit her and shit like that like it's in like everyday's type of school life. So like I did like that. Then by the way, she failed her driver's test because she reversed into into the instructor's car. So that part was actually pretty funny. But no, like I said I do like her in high school. Like I said you she was more relatable than like her and Peter Parker were relatable in some aspects because with Peter Parker when his movie we're he's already Spider Man. Here right now she's Kamala Khan. She's not Miss Marvel just yet. And then, also at the beginning of part of the episode, uh, her and Bruno were talking about, Avenger Con. So, like, I like how this show, it's definitely relatable to, what goes on in today's, conventions. Because, Avenger Con, you have Comic Con, you have all these type of cons right there. So just the fact that they're talking about Dragon. I mean, I would say Dragon Con. They're talking about Avenger Con. Like that's a cool thing. Like honestly, is there an Avenger Con even out there? I don't think so. I don't think there's Avenger Con. Is there? If people let me know in the conversation below, is there an Avenger Con? I want to say yes, but I want to say no. But yeah. So then you also see this one girl, Zoe, which so far I like what they've done with her so far. Now, Grant, I don't know if she's a popular at school or whatnot, but she doesn't seem to be the pre girl that might get the attention. We don't know. We didn't see that in the episode, so we'll have to wait and see. But I'm guessing I kind of have a guess on what kind of character she is, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Then talk the principal calls her over. You got to think about your life because all you do is just daydream about Avenger, like just daydream. You're never like in the moment. You're just off on another planet. So, like the fact that with the whole clock thing, then her drawing her teacher. Like you always start seeing all these animations come around in the Kamal's world because that's all she thinks about. She's a fangirl. She loves Captain Marvel, but she just loves, Avengers. So I like feel so, as we were back in high school, always it was stage. We didn't really pay attention to what was going on in front of us. We were like I can't remember. I can't remind you how many times I'm like, was just in my own thoughts, like, oh yeah, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, like all in my head. So like, I like that they were doing that. So uh, definitely, like I said, showing the fangirl life. So now I know I might be going all over the place, so please let me know if I miss anything throughout this episode because I know I'm going like all over the place. So and like I said, in high school they always like you to think about your life, and it's like, oh man, I'm young. Why am I doing this right now? Like it's too much for me. But now, what I like about this show is like I said, the balance between her as a teenager, right? And then you see her mom, run some errands, doing some clothes shopping, trying on clothes, you know, balancing the Pakistani life right there. And I know, and the grant, I think a lot of Pakistani people can agree that, especially the younger generation, the younger kids can be like, their parents, they're very strict with their culture. Like they want like if you saw the one part where, her mom and that her friend, I'm not sure if it was a friend or auntie or anything like that, saying, this one girl said she was not ready for marriage yet. Like she was like she already had a husband. Like she was like they pretty much handpicked her husband pretty much like, hey, you're gonna marry this girl, this person. But I think it was her or him, but she was ready for a commitment. She was like, yo, let me go to Belgium. Let me explore the world. Like, I don't want to be, set to these rules that you guys have for me. Like, I want to give a chance to make myself free. And, you see her come on saying she's choosing freedom or something like that. And, the ladies look, they're all upset. And it's like, yeah, like, and it's hard because, you don't want to disappoint your parents, but it's like, mom and dad, I wanna choose things for myself. Like, I get it. I love you. I love our culture, but it's like I don't want you guys to have my set my marriage for me. Like I want to choose. I want to have the freedom. They want to have the freedom. And actually before that, as they're going along through their things, we see this one bracelet. And her mom was like looking at it like she knows what it is, but she's like, oh, that's garbage. And it's like, oh, okay. So we're like, okay. So obviously something was up with that. So that was before they went through, they did their shopping. So yeah, I thought that was a huge important part in that scene where where it's like balance my life and stuff like that. Now, Grant, she says to ask her parent if she can go to Avenger Con, and I know as soon as you tell her about this, and she knew like as soon as she told her parents about it, they're gonna say no. And then when she asks, mom's like, "What is this? Oh, it's a party. Oh, you can dress as Captain Marvel. Oh my god! So you're doing all this American thing? Like, I don't trust you." So she's just not ready for her daughter to be going anywhere right now, and she knew that would be, and she knew what would be the answer to that. So yeah, obviously she talked to her brother to convince them. Yeah, and her brother did, but they still want to have their own rules first. So they had an outfit for her, but they thought that her being Captain March is gonna be in a skimpy outfit. And like I said, as I said, it's relatable because a young girl like that, the parents are gonna be like, "Where are you going? I don't know where this place is." So it's like, no, we don't want you to be dressed up in a skimpy outfit and stuff like that. But like I said, they don't understand what it is though. It's not a it's not a skimpy outfit. It's a convention. Like y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean when I say with that. Now back to her brother convincing them. They had a costume for her in a way. And her dad comes out as the Hulk, but still have some Pakistan clothes on. That didn't sit well with Kamal, and it's like, Mom, no, that's gonna look that I will look ridiculous in that. And you see the hurt in their eyes right there. Like they were very, very hurt by because it's like in a way they're saying you're just throwing away your culture right now. So yeah, it relate like once again relatable because you don't want to hurt your dad's feelings, but it's like, Mom, I'm not gonna. I should be like, Mom, Dad, I appreciate. Like, she could have said this, like, Mom and Dad, I appreciate you doing that for me, but I have my costume I'm gonna wear, and I just don't want to wear that. Like I said, I still love our culture and everything, but like, I don't want to wear that at this convention. Like, I'm honestly, if the dad wants to wear that, then yes, that's cool. But like, honestly, if she was older, she would be like, okay, that's fine. But like at that age, she's gonna be like, no, Mom, you're gonna embarrass me. So like I said, she's a young teenager. She doesn't really know her life just yet. So yeah. So clearly with that being said, she's not gonna go. So her brother had the smart idea of sneaking out. And as she's explaining the plan, it looks pretty cool and everything. It looks like, okay, this could work. But like as the plan actually happened, one bad thing happened after the other. Fall the tree branch falls. Which, by the way, her origin story is changed from a comic because she sneaks out to a party. In this one, she sneaks out to a convention. Yeah, falls in a tree branch. They She couldn't get her bike on the bus. Her bike was gonna be left out there. Clearly, it's gonna be stolen. So yeah, and her costume. Oh, by the way, She made her costume herself, which is pretty cool because you see a lot of cosplayers, making their either either buying them or they make them. But she actually I believe she made hers, so shout out to her actually for making that. But she did, go one of the ad to get a few things. She actually got the bracelet her mom said was, was garbage. So she brought it with her, but she didn't wear it just yet. So they get to the convention, they're having fun. Which, by the way, at the convention, I liked the fact that they had Iron Man and Black Widow saying "Thank you for your sacrifice," because quite honestly, you see Iron Man ever since Endgame, you're like you see Iron Man say thank you Iron Man for your sacrifice. No mention about Black Widow. Nothing about Black Widow. It's like, oh, there she is now. I'm like, finally, y'all showing some recognition for her because I feel as though she was just like, okay, Widow, yeah. But Tony really saved the world. It's like she sacrificed herself to get the Soul Stone. So we have to show credit to Black Widow as well. So I don't know why it took so long to do that. So they finally did that. So there was gonna be a Captain Marvel contest, and obviously she was gonna enter that. And before the contest, we see Zoe dressed cosplay as Captain Marvel, right? And so here's what I like about Zoe, right? Because I feel so a lot of people in the cosplay community, in the geek community, can agree to this. Is like, okay, Zoe, we she showed nothing in high school to show that, hey, I'm a Captain Marvel fan, right? It's like, wait, you actually cosplay as this? So are you doing this just for the attention, or you like the character? Or also, Zoe secretly likes Captain Marvel, but she doesn't want to show it because if she were to show it in high school, people will make fun of her for it. So I think deep down she loves Captain Marvel, but she's just afraid to show it in school. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real. Back in the day, if we said we like all this shit, we made fun of it for it, right? But now it's more acceptable now because everybody's doing it. It's a trend. So I like the fact that I think it's like Zoe. Like I feel this is what I'm guessing. Zoe is a popular kid at school, but she's afraid to admit that she likes this superhero thing because if she admits that she likes it, she's gonna be made fun of. Now, or she could be like, say, she could be one of the people that's like, you know what, I'm gonna do it because it's a trend, which I doubt she will because they want to show this character into the light. So yeah, we see Zoe as Captain Marvel, right? As and and like an old, like honestly, and a Miss Marvel outfit, like not the Kamal Miss Marvel, but like the old school Miss Marvel outfit in a way. So long story short, as Kamal goes on her turn for the show of her Captain Marvel. She puts on the bracelet, and she starts seeing things. So many lights and camera flash around her eyes. And she activated her powers. I'm waiting on this. I'm waiting on this. But you start seeing her. Having this platform that she just creates, and she starts destroying everything. And everybody's like, "Oh yay, champ!" Like, yo, y'all do know that things are being destroyed, right? Why the hell are you guys celebrating this shit? You know what I'm saying? So things start going a little bit crazy. Things went from bad to worse, and so it gets caught on those little. It looked like a freaking wrecking ball at that point. And as she's falling, Kamala Khan, why I say Kamala Khan, Kamala uses her power to, her stretching ability to grab her, so it was safe. Now, here is my thing. Here is my issue with the show so far. Episode wise, that was a very good episode. I thought it was a very good introduction into the character, right? People are arguably saying they know this is arguably the best introduction to the Marvel to the MCU shows, and I'm like, yeah, I believe you're right. I think it's a really good introduction, right? But here's my thing, right? They're changing they it's not the fact that they changed their origin story, the fact that they're changing their power. Like, no, correction. I do have a problem with the fact that they're changing her origin story and her powers because we all know her powers are stretching abilities, right? Stretching, grow big, all that stuff, right? And she's an inhuman, right? She's an inhuman. But that's brushed to the side, right? Her powers come from this bracelet. I mean, if I'm okay, if I'm naming that wrong, please let me know. I apologize if I am. Her powers come from that. So let's not forget that. Let's forget the fact that she's an Inhuman, that she's born with these powers. Her powers come from like a device in a way, which clearly, her mom knows something about it, because, as soon as she looked at that, she's like, it's junk, right? So, um, so yeah, like her powers are completely different in this. Like, Grant, now the whole, she didn't have these cool cosmetic, shiny crystal thing looking things. I get that part. Like, you want to make it more appealing. You're like, oh, hey, you can still do the stretching abilities, but we're gonna make it pizzazz it more, make it look pretty. Which, okay, cool. I got over that, right? But the fact that you're not saying she's an Inhuman, I have a problem with that. I really do, because it's like, I get the Inhuman show was complete booty juice, but you could have, like, see, I feel like you could have, like, been like, hey, you know what? This can be a better introduction to the Inhumans. Like, redeem ourselves from that booty juice of a fest of a show, right? But it's like, no. So, like, her powers come from the bracelet, so it's like, okay, we just had the bracelet on. Like, now maybe that would change throughout the show. But the fact that she's not an Inhuman and her powers come from a device, it's not coming from her, and not having what was it, Targaryen mess? Like, I don't know, but granted, I mean, I know. See, I'm not trying to best I can explain it, but I know Inhumans and mutants are kind of like the same. But like, for Inhumans, to activate the powers, I feel so they have to be around like Targaryen mist in order for their powers, to like, be up and about. So, and mutants, I feel as though their powers appear like whenever, like they appear like randomly. So like they'll be fine one day, the next day, bang, their powers show. Whereas, the in humans, the powers are there from when they're born, but they need a Targaryen mess in order to, like, to fully activate and show them. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm still gonna watch the show, obviously, because I do like the character Miss Marvel. I read some of her comics, and I do like the character. I really do. But I just don't like the fact that her origin and power, okay, her powers. Okay. Also, another bad thing. Okay, another thing. Okay, another thing. The fact that she's able to, like, do these projectile platform thing, like, that part, I'm like, she doesn't know how to do that. She doesn't do that. So, like, I feel as though this is like a form of Hollywatch. Hollywatch is my term, where I feel so Hollywood, takes an important origin story of a game character, comic book character, anime character, whatever, and just change it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna go piggyback back. I'm gonna go back to the end of Doctor Strange, when you see um America, you know, at the with Doctor Strange, practicing magic. I'm like, she doesn't do magic. She punches through realities, and she can fly, and she be strength. So, like, are you changing her powers? Then that's going on with Miss Marvel. Her powers are changed. Now, maybe Karen Feige went to the writers and went to the creators of Miss Marvel and said that, hey, I'm gonna change their powers. Do you guys mind that? Like, we want to do some, we want to add more pizzazz. Which, the appeal is there. The presentation is there, but it's like, in reality, you can't do that, right? So maybe the writer, maybe they said, maybe he talked to the writer, and they're like, you know what, fine, we'll be cool with that. You know what I'm saying? We'll be fine with that. But it's like, I don't know. I'm just too nervous. Like, I don't know where it's heading with this. So, like I said, her origin and powers are the only thing that I have a gripe with. But I will still watch the show. I will. Now, as I explained that, she goes home, and surprise, surprise, her mom finds out that she snuck out, and then she's like, "I don't like this new year. You're rebelling." And it's like, and once again, relatable concept, because it's like, that Kamal is not a rebel. She's like, she wants to do things on her own. She wants to have freedom in her life. Like I said, Mom, I love you guys. I love you to death, but, like, I want to get a chance to choose what I want to do in my life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So like I said, I feel as though this episode showed a good balance of her high school life, her normal life, her Pakistani life, and now she has the bracelet, and what's gonna happen. And she's seen all these cool powers. Like what's gonna happen? I don't know. But like I said, I feel as though it was a good episode. I feel as though the hate is kind of extreme with this show. Like I think people want the show to. I think people want the show to fail. I think that is their goal. They want this show to fail, and it's kind of sad, honestly. So I don't know. Like I said, I feel as though if you tell somebody this show is good, they'll find some excuse in the to be like, nah, this show wasn't all that great. Like Rachel, I love her to death. I love Rachel to death, but like she's saying that, oh, we seen this before, parents, strict parents on their culture, girl rebel Sal, blah blah blah. I'm like, well, yeah, that's how she was in the comic. Like that's her origin story. So like, should they change that? Like, I don't know. Like I don't know what you want. Like I don't know what I don't know what I mean I don't know what you want. Like I said, the fact like I said, you want a cat that's relatable, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to her with that. And I feel that that's what I feel like that's what Marvel was doing lately because yeah, don't get me wrong, Captain America was awesome, Iron Man was awesome, Black Widow was awesome, but like you can't really relate to a lot of those characters. I feel that's where you have Parker and Kamal Khan. It feels like you can definitely relate to those two characters. And by the way, I mean, I hope these episodes do get better because Black Widow's gone now, and there's no really a good female character in the MCU that people love because people still are hating on Captain Marvel, and I kind of don't blame. Well, we got Scarlet Witch, but we don't know if she's dead or not. I don't know, but like, you want that female face of the MCU? Captain Marvel's not it. Maybe you could have Miss Marvel right there. I don't know. I mean, it's been a minute since we've grown attached to a female character in the MCU. We done that with Black Widow, but I feel like Grant, they killed her off. We know the story about that, but in Captain Marvel, we know the story about that too. So Ms. Marvel could be on the way, to become that female face of the MCU. And I hope she can be. I mean, I hope she can. But like I said, I feel so the hate for the show is a bit too much or too extreme. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm glad to see that the episodes is done really well. I mean, and honestly, it's like it's bittersweet to be like, hey, all you people that are hating on this show. Now, granted, that's one good episode. We gotta see how the rest of the episodes, pan out because just because you have one good episode does not mean it's gonna be a great season. I mean, a lot's right on this show. You know what I'm saying? A lot's right on this show, and yeah. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was a little bit nervous about that. I know I was a little sloppy a little bit, and I know I'm about to miss some things. But like I said, that was a good introduction. I want to get these videos out on Friday, but I record a lot, and actually, this Friday's actually going to be tough actually because I'll be away on Friday. So I'm gonna have to somehow record this on a Thursday, do this on a Thursday night. So, yay, fuck me, right? Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I was very nervous doing this video by myself because I know every time I talk about MCU show, I'm with somebody, but I have to be ready to do this by myself though. So yeah, and I have better notes this time because I was in a rush to do this one episode. So, anyways, as always, guys, subscribe to my part of Knuckles family. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment on the video. Share the video. So, like I said, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to follow my Instagram accounts, my Facebook, my Twitch where I stream every weekend. Be sure to follow my Spotify where I do my podcast on that platform. And always, as J. Cole said, there is no such thing as a life better than yours. Take care, everybody.